Hello, I'm Richard Raffan. I've just made this little vase out of a piece of timber, rather like this. But the vase actually came off this chair legs, table leg. So it's been for the last probably 90 years living there, and about half an hour ago it got cut off. Anyway, it's a very nice dry bit of timber. Now what this video is to show a simple turning exercise, which is the ideal kind of thing if you're a novice turner. It was all done with a 1/2 inch spindle gouge. In fact, I used two because one, as you'll see, when I was boring out the hole in the middle with the gouge, got too hot to hold. It had a foot on it, which I took off between centres. There's a lot in this video which can be applied to all kinds of exercises, all kinds of projects. For a blank, I have the top of what was a table leg. This was cut off at the bead so that I could put it in the chuck as an initial fixing. And from there I can start to shape my little vase. So the 1/2 inch spindle gouge, 1/2 inch flute. And this is running at 1500 RPM. Let's get it round first and get all the paint off. And check for splits and other defects. Face off the end, and to get into the habit of truing up every blank and getting rid of everything you don't want in the final piece early on. This is going to be the base. I'll just make sure it is flat across the bottom. So we'll start outside, roll it very slightly and go slowly towards the centre. I'm going to measure the diameter of the chuck. So these dividers are set to that, and there's a separate video on how to do this. But basically you make a mark with the left so it lines up with the point on the right, but do not get the point on the right into the wood. Now, I can't really see what I'm doing here because the camera's where my head is normally. But I think that's about right. Now that can be the base. If I want a little bead on it, which is what I'm going to make first. Coming straight in to start with on the measurement, and just use the wing of the tool to do a little shear scrape. You just see where the dust is when I do that. Now this is half a bead. The tool ends up on its side, and that will be enough to fit into the chuck. And now I can start to do the other end. Now if I'm going to grip that by the foot I won't be able to get at it again, so I need to sand half of this now. And that is going to be done with 180 grit. Another thing I'm going to do is make a mark at centre with the tailstock. So I might find that useful later. And if you want to disguise what that is, you can use a skew chisel on its side. Just make a little recess in the centre, and then a couple of lines either side will decorate the base. 240 grit. I finish most things like this with beeswax. It's a lump of pure beeswax. Now, that can turn round into the chuck. And if the foot is the right size for the chuck jaws, there shouldn't be a mark left on the foot. Now I can bring up the tail centre to just secure that. Now, not quite sure what I want to do with this. We'll make a flared vase out of it. Now, just while I have this here, still got the tail centre in place, so I can just come in here. The rest needs to go down a little bit. Tool starts right on its side. Once it's in the wood, you can roll it slightly anti-clockwise. Sorry, I thought you could see all that. This is what was happening. This is end grain, long grain, so that's actually quite strong. Takes some breaking. So I'm in that far, so I can go in a little bit further down to the bottom, really the depth. So I've got a rare earth magnet to stick on there, and I can go down as deep as the magnet. Now you might feel safer doing that with a drill in the tailstock. It can be done, as you see, with a gouge. The essential requirement on the gouge is that this needs to be a full curve with a fairly long bevel. Right, now I can do the outside, finish that. Just put the speed up slightly, now 1600. Now if you're still not too happy with this, or worried about it rattling off, you can bring the tail center up. Won't leave a mark because there's a cone going into a conical shape. Now this is extremely hot, so I need to let it cool down. Or I could even get another gouge. Another 1/2 inch spindle gouge, different manufacturer. Down the slope now. Might just leave a little bit of kind of decoration there. Not really my taste, but that's how it's done, and I'll do some others which will show you different shapes. Was a bit bruised by the pressure of the tool against the wood. Blend the two surfaces, the old beeswax surface and the other one in together. Just need to get roll that up. Even poke it in with a stick. In fact, I'll poke it in with my smaller depth drill. There we are, one vase. That's not really something I like over much, but the idea here was to show you how it's done. Now, if you don't like the foot, you can grip this by making a little wooden tenon. That's probably the way we'll do it here. I actually have conical drives which would fit into there and drive that all right, but we'll do it this way here. So it goes onto there, and the reason I marked, I need to shape this more or less like this. First tool has cooled down enough. I need a little bit of non-slip cloth. That goes into there. I know where the tail center goes, which is there. All runs true, and you get the bottom. But while I'm at it, I'll do something up here as well. That's just not cutting. So as you can see, what all this means is if you've got a chuck, you can grip any size foot and then take it away in a few seconds. It's not a huge operation or big deal. These are shark jaws, which are the same size as standard jaws, they're just deeper, so they're safer to use. Got more options what you can do with them, and it's useful to keep odd blocks of wood like this, little stubs left over from jobs like this. This has been used several times for this already. I think that looks more than a bit better, and we'll just have a look. Not my finest achievement, but it does show you how these things are made.